Ananta is dead. I know, it hasn't even launched yet, but that's exactly the point. NetEase announced the game years ago. Project Mugen, Neverness to Everness, this urban open world GTA like Gacha that's supposed to change everything. And since then, nothing. No beta, no release date, no news, complete radio silence. And then absolutely out of nowhere, a game called Wang Yue drops its closed beta 2 and it looks incredible. First of all, I have a few comments to make on the game, but before I do, I want to have a huge shout out to Little Candy, which uploaded this video about 11 or 12 days ago. So to continue what I was saying, if Ananta doesn't ship anything in the next few months, Wang Yue is going to steal everything Ananta worked for so hard in the past couple of years. The hype, the audience, the identity, and Ananta will launch to a room full of crickets. That doesn't mean everybody will be playing it, yes, but the damage would have been done. Now let me set the stage. Ananta was revealed with a massive cinematic trailer, open game world, Spider-Man-like mechanics, car combat, anime GTA. Everybody lost their minds. People called it the next big thing for GTA 6. That is the open world we all been waiting for. And let me just set one thing straight. That was back in 2023. Since then, complete silence from NetEase. No gameplay, no showcase, no beta announcement, no nothing. Meanwhile, the gacha space didn't wait. Wua dropped, then 2.0, then 3.0, and now it's in 3.4. A completely different game from when it launched. And Ananta, still not a single word. We even got a whole new game called Neverness to Everness, and the subreddit for Ananta has gone ghost. The hype is completely dead. Content creators stopped talking about it as much as they was, which means the audience have moved on. But here's the thing, the demand for open world gacha games did not go away. It was just waiting for someone to close that gap. And since Wang Yu came out of nowhere, I've never heard of it, you probably haven't either, but it just wrapped up its closed beta 2 and the footage is genuinely impressive. We're talking a giant living city with traffic, pedestrians, day and night cycle, vehicle mechanics, driving, chasing, maybe even car combat, stylized graphic that look better than most AAA games. And here's the crazy part, it actually works. People have played it, streamers streamed it, the Chinese community is buzzing. Meanwhile, what did Ananta do? A trailer from 2 years ago? Maybe some concepts or screenshots? Let me just say the Chinese game is doing everything that Ananta promised. Let me go deeper on what Wang Yu actually looks like on CB2 because it's not just that the game works, it's how it works. The city in Wang Yu, it feels alive, NPC with schedules, traffic that actually follows road. A day-night cycle that changes how the world behaves. Not just lighting, but shops also that close at night, events that only happen at certain hours. This isn't easy to build. Genshin doesn't do it, Wuwa doesn't do it, even most single-player open worlds fake it with scripted routines. Wang Yu is doing it for real in a live surface gacha game in its second closed beta. Now let's look back on Ananta. What do we know about the combat? Pretty much nothing. We know that there are guns, we know that there are cars, fights, maybe duels. What do we know about the city systems? What do we know about the progression, its gameplay, its endgame, monetization? Nothing. Maybe the monetization part, we know that the gacha system will be specifically on cosmetics. And 2 years in, Wang Yu showed all of this in a single beta? Now let me talk about the elephant in the room. Why is Ananta taking so long? Look, I'm not a game developer. I don't know what's happening inside NetEase, but I can read the sign. I have 3 theories. Theory number 1 could be that they bit off more than they could chew. Ananta's reveal trailer looked incredible, but that was just a vertical slice. Basically a short movie, not a game. Creating an open world with that level of detail, with real-time gameplay, with car physics, with a gacha economy on top of it all, that's a completely different beast. 3 years of silence usually means one thing. In my opinion, they were overwhelmed and now they're restarting or rebooting or fighting with the engine, or a combination of all 3. Now for theory 2, internal drama. NetEase is a massive company. They have multiple live service games running at the moment. They're dealing with regulations in China, shifting market trends, leadership changes. Ananta might have lost its champion internally. Maybe the director left, who knows, maybe the team got reassigned. We don't know, but the silence this long isn't. We're polishing. but we're figuring out if the game still makes sense. And for my last theory, they saw what other gacha games are doing and they got scared. Wuwa set a new bar. Genshin is printing money. HSR is also printing money. The bar of quality today is way higher than when it was back in 2023. NetEase might be sitting on a build that's just not good enough and they're afraid to show it off. Whatever the reason, none of it looks good for the players waiting for this game. Now, what did Wang Yue actually do right? Because it's not just another gacha game, it's a case study in how to do open world gacha games right now. First, they actually showed gameplay, not cinematic, not concept art. I know Ananta did that at some point, but in a closed beta status, that's different. That alone puts them miles ahead of Ananta in the trust department. Thing number 2 is they communicated. During CB2, the devs were actually active. They were patching bugs in real life. They were taking feedback. The community felt like they were part of the process. Oh, one more thing, the identity is clear. Ananta was always just a little vague. Is it a GTA clone? Is it a Persona-like? A story-driven RPG? Wang Yue knows what it wants to be. A stylish open-world urban action game with guns, cars, and attitude. No identity crisis. And to be honest, I'm with the hype because to be in a closed beta 2 with this much progress, you have to be doing something right. The reason the hype exists is because hype begets more hype. People talk about your game, making more people want to play your game. Wang Yue has that right now. It's a flywheel, and Ananta, their flywheel stopped 2 years ago. So if Ananta did not announce a closed beta, a real beta, within the next 6 months maybe, Wang Yue is going to become the new Ananta instead of the real Ananta that NetEase wanted. And what will happen to Ananta? It will be called the game that could have been. So just let me ask you something. Why would you switch from a game that took 2 years in the making and then this game looks incredibly insane and not switch to the game that would be released at the end of this month? Ananta had a 2-year head start and they had hype. They had the attention of the entire gacha community and they squandered it. Wang Yue did not steal anything. Ananta left the door wide open and Wang Yue just walked right through. If you're still waiting for Ananta, I'd also pay close attention to Wang Yue because the time Ananta actually ships something, Wang Yue might be a finished game. So tell me down in the comments, am I wrong? Is Ananta going to drop a beta maybe next month? Maybe a release date? Am I going to eat my words? I really hope so because I want both games to be so good. Competition is good for all of us. But right now, one game is actually showing up and the other is hiding. That was it for me with the Ananta situation right now. If you like my content, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want more hot takes. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Love you guys.